So I want to make an updated video on my Magifying character. I'm currently LA Tornado Shot. So this will be the last update with the current LA version, as I do plan to go Fizz very soon. So I thought I would give an update. So yeah, I've made around over 10 mirrors this league. Probably 11, more so close to 11. Like my Scarab Taz worth like, I don't know, 70 divines or something. Obviously I have 6 mirrors of just right there and 158 divines. And then of course my character itself is worth about 4+ mirrors. You know, some of the big pieces is the Awaken level 5 Enlighten, the Simplex Amulet, the 1300 LED DPS bow plus 2 arrows, of course a Mage Blood and a Headhunter. You know, Conscious Touch, and like the best Lethal Pride is 16491 jewel. So yeah, it's probably around like 10 or 11 mirrors. Probably more so 11, but we'll just say 10 plus. Yeah, let's go over this character real quick. I'll talk about some of Tortoise's character as well as I go over it. Even though it is very expensive, a lot of the pieces are simply just not needed. But it is a very strong Magifying character if you do want to try to copy it. So I have the POB right here. I'll just talk about over it really quick. So this basic bow, 1300 LED DPS with plus 2 arrows, it's like 150 divines. Obviously, you want to make this cheaper, plus 1 arrow, or even just no arrows. Completely fine. You'll still farm really well. Plus 1 arrow quiver. I brought this like 10 divs. I think there's now like 30 divs. If you want to make your own plus 1 arrow quiver, I suggest using a different base. The feathered arrow base is quite expensive. And you can use like any other base if you want to. But yeah, feathered arrow is the best. Helmet. Basic helmet. This cost me around like 4 divines to craft and 2 divines for the base. You want fractured rarity prefix, by the way. I get this question a lot. You always want the prefix fractured on the helmet. It makes it way easier to craft. Suffix fracture is doable, but it is more expensive. The implicits, you want the perfect mana reservation. At least with my version, you actually need it. 11% is probably also fine, but yeah. And of course, reduce mana cost of attacks. Body armor is just plus 1 greeds, pretty basic. Plus 1 greeds, it's for the alignment setup. It's very important. You know, mix your alignment, go to 6, so it's a huge mana multiplier, making your auras cost really cheap, and allows you to run this 5 aura setup for 4 auras, then of course more auras on your life. Gloves, basic temple gloves, nothing special. I think these cost me like 1 divine or something. It's probably the cheapest piece I have. Spell suppress to cap, and then rage on hit. Rage on hit implicit is extremely strong, and it's by far the best implicit you can have on gloves. I feel like it's very undervalued. Rage on implicit, nothing competes with this. It's one of the strongest implicits you can have for an Eldritch. If you don't know what rage does, right here, so if you have 50 rage, it's 10% move speed, 25% attack speed, and 50% attack damage. Like I said, nothing competes with this, even at like 25 rage. And it's really realistic to get like 50 rage in the map, because your maps are like 3 to 4 minutes long. So you are reaching 50 rage consistently every single map. So yeah, rage on implicit gloves, always use this. Basic venters. I think this venters cost me around 30 divines, maybe 25 divines. So, you know, a little bit expensive, but I'm still looking for a better one myself. It just none has popped up on trade. Of course, like Conscious Touch. This Mage Blood actually should be a Headhunter. I use a Mage Blood to loot the map, by the way. That's why, like, if you see me with the Mage Blood on, I'm using Mage Blood to loot the map. Just because you have to backtrack, and Mage Blood gives you that movement speed. So yeah, I use Headhunter for the full map, then I swap to Mage Blood when I have to loot. Flask real quick. So Jade Flask, being evasion cap this league is extremely important. I'm not quite there. I'm at 91% evade cap, and I am really close. You really want to try to reach that evade cap. The monsters are straight up one shot, and the only thing you really have to prevent that one shot is being evade cap. So yeah, I recommend use a Jade Flask with all my evasion as well. I'll go over that real quick. Add to the flask. Quicksilver, you know, basic. You want move speed. Progenesis, once again, you need defense this league, so yeah, no brainer. Distill it, of course, and a gold flask, of course. Yeah, so I'll go over my defense real quick. So outside of like this Progenesis, I am capped spell suppression. I'm almost capped evade chance. So how am I almost capped evade chance? So obviously I have the flask, I have some evasion on gear like the helmet, and then it's my auras. So I have a 22 grace, because 21 and +1 from chest, quite a lot of evasion. Also should be enabled. And then I also have Dread Banner. So if you don't know what Dread Banner does, it reduces enemies' accuracy. So even though we don't care for the impale shit, we just want to reduce enemies' accuracy chance. And as you can see right here, it's very strong. We go from 85% chance to evade to 91%. That is essentially like 35% less hits taken, go from 85 to 91%. So essentially taking 35% less damage, right? It's extremely strong. You really want to use Dread Banner. If you followed my builds last league, I pretty much always use Dread Banner in every single build I played for this reason. It's just very strong. And then the last evade I'm getting is my Watcher's Eye, which is giving me 7% chance to evade attacks while affected by grace. Once again, very strong as well. Really want to use Watcher's Eye for the whole league, or just with evade. Once again, just because I think in a close to evade cap for this league is very important, more so than any other league before because of how insane the mechanic is. Okay, now we'll go over the charms, like that which was taken, all that. I'm currently using this one. This is by no means best in slot. I'm currently looking for a better charm, so I wouldn't really copy this 1-to-1. I think the good stats on this is just colon strike and onslaught on kill. Really all you need is onslaught on kill. Increased effective marks is, it's pretty good, but it does give you a little bit of damage. But yeah, not my best in slot charm, but it is pretty good. So we'll go over these real quick. So right now I have adrenaline with this plus addition to distill it. It's permanent adrenaline, like 100% of the time, or 99% of the time. It's really consistent. You definitely want this. So right now I have a chance to express spell damage and adrenaline for 4 seconds on the life. This is +1 to crit at maximum power charge. I'm going to change this eventually. You go Fizzbow first to change this. But yeah, ideally it just wants to be +1 arrows and like phasing on kill. But still, this one is always strong, just +1 crit. And this is base crit, by the way. This is how I have pretty decent crit chance. If you're all wondering, I'm pretty much M crit cap with headhunter buffs. Headhunter always makes you crit cap. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then, yeah, skills fire additional projectile and global chance of blind enemies on hit. You really want this blinded hit once again to reach that evade cap, which actually, maybe I am evade cap. Is there a blind check here? 94%. Yeah, so I'm 1% off evade cap. So yeah, you really want that blind as well. As you can see, going from 91% to 94% is once again like 30% less damage taken. Very strong. All this like little percent evade chances just add up and make you almost quite immortal in maps versus attacks. It's a very tanky MF character. So yeah, those are my 3 charms. Once again, you need to mix and match that which was taken and these charm slots. So to go over, you need, or you would want onslaught, you want phase-in on kill, and you want adrenaline. So those 3 are like mandatory ones you want. And then after you have those 3, you then want to fill the rest of the charm slots with a skills fire additional projectile. So I think my ideal setup is going to be 2 or 3 these skills fire additional projectile. And then yeah, have the adrenaline, have the phase-in on kill, and have the onslaught. You can also get onslaught, I know some people are telling me, with the new frenzy gem that gives you it's not shown here, but it gives you onslaught when you reach maximum frenzy charges. The reason why I'm not a big fan of that, 1, it's pretty inconsistent. 2, you can never reach your maximum frenzy charges because it automatically consumes, so it's a damage loss. Frenzy charges give you quite a bit of damage, as you can see here. So like it is something you could do, and maybe I might check it out later, but it is less damage, which is why I'd rather have onslaught on on kill. So yeah. But yeah, outside of that, the character's pretty basic. I'm gonna switch to Fizz soon, and build's gonna change a lot, of course, but I think the one thing to go over real quick, the way to make this character way cheaper, by the way, if you did want to follow it, is the helmet and the +1 Awaken Enlighten. So this is not needed. So what you would do is you'll go level 4 Enlighten right here. You'll then, so I'll show you right here. Yeah, so you go level 4 Enlighten. You then take this intelligence node right here. And you then, instead of getting intelligence on your helmet, you get mana reservation. And if you get a mana reservation on your helmet, 10% with, Essence of Lothan, you then can fit in all the same auras. So yeah, the only thing Awaken 5 Enlighten does, it saves you 1 point, because then you don't need to take Thieves Craft for the intelligence. So yeah, keep that in mind. The Awaken 5 Enlighten is totally optional if you're trying to follow this build 1-to-1. It just saves you 1 single skill point, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, that's the whole build. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I also do have a more budget-friendly Tornado Shot MF build with no Headhunter, link down below as well. But yeah, that's it.